Hello everyone and welcome to episode 42 of the WMA 5 series here on the channel as it is the year 2021. We are just another year in as far as one official year into the save now with this save, which is great. It's great to have that 1 year knocked it out of the way, and now pretty much it's been a whole new UFC as far as with the way some of the things have changed as far as with McGregor beating Khabib Nurmagomedov. I mean, we're in a whole new timeline with that win alone. With Francis Ngannou being out for a year with a failed drug test, that was a big tough moment. But at least we'll finally get John Jones and Stipe Miocic. Much like in the real life fight, it's been delayed, of course, as you all know. But we'll get it eventually this year. Fingers fucking crossed, unless something crazy happens. Before we get into this card, the Fight Night card here to kick off the new year, as Joseph Benavidez versus Malcolm Gordon is our main event. We have the end of the year awards to kind of go through, at least look through real quick. Fight of the year, Israel Adesanya, who had a pretty big year, as far as still undefeated, and had some big wins along the way. Had 3 fights in the same year. All finishes, all not even make it into the championship rounds too. So that's been pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. So of course he's beaten Whitaker now twice. The Paulo Costa fight, we have that, and of course the Yoel Romero fight, which was still very funny. How this fight went better, obviously, than it did in real life. As for what's the plan for Adesanya, yeah, it's weird because obviously the light heavyweight division is in a unique spot with the potential John Jones, as far as removal and going into the heavyweight title scene. So we're just kind of waiting on that, but definitely unification fight would make a lot of sense. I want him to have one more title defense though, to make it an 5 defenses. I think it's a great time for somebody to move up in the division. You're kind of seeing that a lot in current day UFC, where a lot of guys, they win a belt and they immediately want to get double belt status. To me, you should have the kind of wherewithal to earn that right. To at least get 5 defenses. I think 5 is a great showing. 3 would even be, I think, suffice, but 5 is definitely like, all right, you've definitely owned the division. You can move up, type of thing. And I think it leaves for more guys not kind of stalling and kind of holding out on the division. Aspen Ladd, of course, female fighter of the year after knocking out Amanda Nunes. I mean, just a crazy victory. Of course, she's had a hell of a run. The Jermaine Durandamine fight gotta happen. It's gotta happen now. As far as the rematch there for her, she's beaten Lena Landsberg twice. 30, completely dominated Ketlin Varela, and also, had 3 fights in the same calendar year as well. Which she did last year as well. And she's had just a great run, of course, in her career. Still only 25 years old. It's crazy that, of course, she moved on from the UFC into the PFL. And here in real life, we're definitely going to keep her for as long as we can. Speaking of the PFL, they are the company of the year. Mainly because they had a great main event fight, which was the main event of the year and the submission of the year with Roy McDonald and Ray Cooper III, which... that as far as a major main event like that, getting a rear naked choke win in the 4th round as well. Critical rating of 84, which is crazy. We've had a couple that were close to that, but nothing really with that. We did have the fight of the year, though, with Ricky Simon and Adrian Yanez. So that was awesome. That was back at the fight night. Yeah, there's 81 there for the fight night between Kevin Lee and Anthony Pettis, which even then, I thought the Anthony Pettis-Kevin Lee fight should have been rated a lot higher than decent, but because you had 4 out of the 5 fights had finishes, the leg kick finishes too from Lee over Macy as well, and the prelims as well actually had a couple of finishes for the most part. So that was a very fun card. That was probably our best card if I had to guess. We could take a look at it while we're kind of talking about it, because the 81 was the best so far, I believe, which was way down here. Yep, 81. Don't think we even got close to the 80s, or into the 80s after that. Yeah, it looks like we didn't. Usually we were in the 70s, which is, nice. But having 180 card, hopefully we have more 80s in the future. But it is tough, because it doesn't matter, who we put in there. They got to deliver, And for the most part, I feel like we have pretty solid main events, but there are times where it kind of falls by the wayside. We've, had a good little run here since the Sandhagen Cejudo card, which even then, that I was shocked that Sandhagen kind of got ragdolled a little bit and went the distance, and we didn't see it finish, because I think that would have definitely helped that card out a lot. It can be, it could be pretty cruel sometimes. So it just, you have a great card, but the main event doesn't really deliver as much as you hope. Again, with this one, this was a great little card, in my opinion, as far as the ESPN card in France. Bader getting finished in the 5th round kind of changed everything. Because that prelim was great. Pretty much every fight was great besides the split decision and the main event. Just, it can take one card, or one fight on the card to really change a lot of things. But hopefully, we can get back into the 80s like we did here. Back at, it's crazy, the Fight Night card was the best card of the year and had the best fight of the year as well. So, you never know. You never know what happens as far as it can happen at any point. It could be a Fight Night, could be a Fight Island, could be a pay-per-view. You never know. But yeah, I don't think we'll look at the rankings or anything. I guess we can. It makes sense. It's the new year. Felt like we just went through them. That was kind of the thing with this. But as far as with Francis, he will be back. Looking for him to fight either Justin Willis or maybe even the rematch with Rosenstrike. Just kind of depends. Maybe even a Junior Dos Santos fight. That'd kind of be crazy because, Junior Dos Santos is going on a tear right now. He just beat him, though, back in June, so maybe not. That's kind of the thing. He's beaten a lot of the kind of the top-level guys, so obviously he's, fought Blades twice. Of course, the rematch with Derek Lewis, that's already on the horizon. We might even do that. We might just do Derek Lewis, Francis Ngannou, and, the winner takes on John. But I was already, going to have Derek take on the winner of John Jones and Stipe, so maybe, because, with Francis, we need to give him a fight to come back off of, his suspension, so I don't think we'll give him Overeem, because obviously that fight already happened, and Overeem's already fighting Tai Tuivasa, and so don't think that would really be necessary. Maybe Tabora, maybe even Curtis Blades. I think that'd be a fun fight. As far as that regard, well, him and Francis, they already fought twice, so maybe not. It's tough. Anthony Johnson and him would be pretty incredible as well. Of course, light heavyweight basically comes down to, with Anthony Smith, he beat Jan Blachowicz, so as far as who will be kind of, for the vacated title, Johnny Walker, of course, lost to Junior Dos Santos, so it probably won't be him, and plus they lost to Corey Anderson. We might just do, Jacare and Anthony Smith, which would be kind of weird as well, because obviously Jacare is retiring in his next fight. So, with that as well, might not be a great idea. Maybe just do Khalil Roundtree and Anthony Smith. But I feel like we need to give Roundtree one more fight before that. So there is that as well. As the middleweight division, of course, Kevin Gastelum, Israel Adesanya, that is the fight that will be trying to take place as soon as possible. As far as for Kevin Gastelum, he's only fought once last year, as obviously we already know Adesanya's already fought 3 times, so he's had a pretty hectic schedule compared to Kevin Gastelum. Welterweight, of course, Woodley, Kamaru Usman, that is set. Winner takes on Colby Covington. And, McGregor, Kevin Lee, that's already set for the lightweight title. Khabib, I don't think we've yet to position his next fight. I don't know if we're going to go with well, he already fought Barbosa, that's kind of the thing. Yeah, he already fought Barbosa. He's already fought Poirier. Obviously, the Ferguson fight already. Yeah, just, maybe Gillespie, maybe Ali Quinta, maybe Dariush even. I'm just kind of thinking, from that perspective. Featherweight, of course, Holloway Ortega, that is set. The winner will take on Tabuera. Michael Johnson, I believe we're going to have him and Becic fight. he might even have Carnero. He's fighting this fight night here. It's him and Zabit, so we might have that as far as for Michael Johnson. It's tough because Miroslav Becic, of course, he beat Zabit. He's beaten Ige. He could probably use another win over a top 5 guy. So it really just kind of depends. If Carnero beats Zabit, then we'll probably do Miroslav Becic and Carnero. Just play from there. And obviously, Volkanovski and Chan Sung Jung. That's going to be a main event for a fight night coming up as well. Bantamweight, of course, Yanni and Cejudo. Sean O'Malley's jumping up, potential top 5 guy now as far as on the horizon. Would like to see him and Garbrandt. I think that'd be a good fight. Winner, maybe Dillashaw Faber as far as taking on O'Malley. That'd be a big step up for him. Peter Yan is obviously a fun fight. Ricky Simon, another fun fight for him. Aljo's back in the top 15. Rob Font's ranked now. Bantamweight's deep divisions. We're always going to have top level guys. And then flyweight, of course. We'll see what happens with Benavidez and Malcolm Gordon. Jazier De Silva, of course, he's got his suspension. So many people suspended in the flyweight division, but Pantoja and Figgy, as far as they had the one fight, which that went the distance back in July of 2019. Maybe we'll do that. Anyways, as far as Perez and Brandon Royval, that's the next flyweight title fight anyways. Just kind of seeing what happens after that. Because Figgy, he lost to Royval. And he had the no contest with Jazier De Silva anyway. So he could probably fight Pantoja and it'd make a lot of sense. May even do the rematch with De Silva. May even have Figgy take on the winner of Benavidez and Malcolm Gordon. The women's side of things, obviously, Nunez is still the featherweight champion, so it'll probably be her and Megan Anderson for the featherweight title. Whenever she's back to 100%, of course. Nunez, of course, will probably take her out of the bantamweight rankings for now. For her to focus on the featherweight side of things. But obviously, there's a new queen as the bantamweight champion. And, as far as for Varela, she just lost to Aspen Ladd. She's going to fight Julia Pena, obviously, coming up. Probably give her the, Jermaine the Randomine fight, as far as, even though she lost to Lena Landsberg. That's so weird, because the Randomine's the last girl to beat her. So I feel like she deserves a title fight, even though she's on a 2-fight losing streak. So probably not a good call there. There's just, bantamweight division's in a weird spot. Because it's either Varela gets a rematch, which wouldn't make any sense since she literally got destroyed in her last fight. She beat Lena Landsberg again. Randomine just seems like the natural fight to make. It seems like the natural fight, and it can't really. It would make sense, just would not. We'll probably do Yana and the Randomine. Hope the Randomine wins, and who knows? Hopefully Juliana Pena beats Ferreira, because if not, we're in a bit of a pickle as far as with that bantamweight division on the women's side. And the flyweights, of course, Caitlin Chookagian still the flyweight champion. The Montana De La Rosa fight should happen, in February. So we'll see how that plays out. Winner takes out Molly McCann. Andrea Lee, though, as far as she just lost to Molly McCann, so she's kind of like the, I would say maybe the gatekeeper out in the top 5 as far as, because I think Nico, sticking on Blanchfield, and then Macy Barber and Jessica Ai, that is a fight happening coming up. As far as maybe the potential winner of that takes on Andrea Lee, potentially. So we'll see. And then the strawweights, of course, Yang Wei Lee and Claudia Gadelha now will be the fight as Thug Rose is taking on Carla Esparza. No way it's going to be as worse as it was in real life, because I don't think this game can possibly make a fight that terrible. So there is that. But yeah, we've ran through the rankings through the new year. The card is as followed, as far as Joseph Benavidez and Malcolm Gordon, Dominic Reyes, and Corey Anderson. Of course, a light heavyweight contest. Brett Johns, and Peter Yan. I always say that with Brett Johns, but that's going to be a fun fight at 135. Oscar Peluchta, as far as taking on Brad Tavares, Luana Pinheiro, and Tatiana Suarez as a 115 bout. To kick off the main show, Brian Barberena taking on Alex Moreno. That's going to be a fun main event for prelim. Those two guys are going to bring it. Ahmed Faris taking on Davi Ramos. Omar Hussein, as far as Omar Hussein against Joaquin Buckley, Joaquin Buckley. Of course, 170 contests, and then Jalton Almeida taking on Justin Johnson. As far as Almeida, of course, is a potential top heavyweight contender in real life now. As far as now, I don't even think he's ranked here in the save. He is making his debut against Dustin Johnson, so we'll see how he does. And then Macy against Lucy Bodolova as the first fight of 2021 is a women's featherweight contest. So as far, I forgot to go through the actual the question mark thing as far as hitting that to look at the analytics from that perspective, but that's okay. As far as we'll look at it from here, as far as Joseph the Beefcake Benavidez taking on Malcolm X Gordon. Gordon has the reach advantage. He is the favorite. As far as Benavidez, 15-4 in the UFC, coming off a loss to Figgy for the as far as the flyweight title back in February. Of course, beat Jazier De Silva. His last loss, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think, is the UFC losses are Mighty Mouse twice, Sergio Pettis, and Figgy. Like, that's not a bad resume at all. And he's beaten Jazier De Silva twice. Beat Tim Elliott as well, Alex Perez, who of course is getting a title fight. It's kind of crazy. But Malcolm Gordon, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I think Malcolm, at this point, is I don't even think he's 3-2 in the UFC. I think he's not even that doesn't have that many fights under his belt at this time. But to fight somebody like Joseph Benavidez is crazy. It's crazy to think that his career kind of did not take off as what I think a lot of people intended for him, especially with his reach advantage with a lot of the flyweights. We'll see how that main event plays out. As Dominic Reyes, the Devastator, taking on Corey Overtime Anderson. As far as Dominic Reyes, of course, just came off of 2 big losses last year after being undefeated. Lost to John Jones and got knocked out by Johnny Walker. Tough. Very, very tough. He's fought some tough dudes, though. I mean, as far as he fought Volkan, he fought Chris Weidman, Jared Cannonier, just the past couple of years. Hasn't really had a bad fight. Probably won't have one against Corey Anderson unless Corey tries to lay and pray. For Corey Anderson, he loses here. It's probably gone. Maybe, though, as far as it really depends. It's kind of crazy to think he beat Johnny Walker in his last fight before the save. And he beat Glover Teixeira, too, before that. But then you kind of look, he also beat Jan Blachowicz at one point back in 2015. Maybe do that rematch now that Jan is got nothing to do to help, avenge that loss. But they're both world-ranked light heavyweights, as far as 14th and 16th in the world. This could have been a main event, but opted with the flyweights instead. I think that's going to be a better fight. Brett Pikey John taking on Peter No Mercy Jan as Peter Yan. He's coming in as an underdog, which is kind of crazy because Johns is goddamn. I mean, he is 16-2, 4-2 in the UFC. His one win was Tony back in February, as far as a rear naked choke win. So he's had a long layoff, and to think he is a 21st ranked bantamweight is such a heavy favorite against Peter Yan, I don't get it. Peter Yan's a savage. He lost to Cejudo, and even then, he fought Henry Cejudo. Like, it's a tough break. Both guys have waited a long time for this fight. They should be well rested, rather. Jesus, this is his first fight night since the Dodson fight. Of course, beat Jimmy Rivera, Uriah Faber, and had the Cejudo fight. This is going to be a hell of a fight, though, because Brett's a boxer, or he's a judo guy, but he does have some boxing experience. He has judo black belt and some great grappling, but obviously Peter Yan's one of the best boxers the bantamweight division had seen for a long, long time. It's kind of crazy. Again, his fall off, because boy, that life comes at you fast in the UFC. You get a couple of losses, all of a sudden you're washed. As Brett Tavares and Oscar Berecho, as far as Oscar is one of the best European grapplers in the world. As far as Polish, is coming in on a 3-fight losing streak, though, which is tough. which, I mean, GM3 and Rodolfo Varela are tough. They're very, very tough losses. Obviously, all pre-save. If he loses here, it'll be 2-4 in the UFC, and we would kind of have to cut him at that rate. Brad Tavares is very, very tough. Brad Tavares, of course, just beat Kevin Holland out of nowhere, knocked him out in the first round. He's a guy who's beaten a lot of tough dudes along the way, which is just kind of crazy. To think that he has fought kind of the who's who of the middleweight division way back when. Was that, I believe that was the Chuck, and was supposed to be Tito, but then Tito he left and ended up being, as far as, that was Court McGee winning it all. Yeah, Keith Jardine was on that card, and Matt Hamill, Chris Lieben was on that card, Dennis Silver, yeah. Yep. And as far as, it's hard to believe he's, in the UFC now this will be his 11th year. Long time. He's fought some tough dudes along the way. Robert Whitaker, Yoel Romero, Dem Bostic, Mark Hott. Beat Callow, so it's a split decision, but he still beat him. Krzysztof Jotko as well, Adesanya. He's fought some very, very tough dudes. But he hasn't had a bad fight in a couple of years as well. Should be an exciting one. Striker versus Grappler. It's going to be a lot of fun. Luana Pinheiro against Tatiana Suarez. Suarez 6th on the world rankings on the strawweights. 17th for Pinheiro, which is crazy. This is a heavy favorite for Tatiana Suarez. I don't even know why. This is, I know Luana's 3-0, but this is, talk about throwing somebody in the deep end. Somebody who's 15th on the rankings, taking on a potential top 5 strawweight who's 5-1. It's crazy. She did lose to Thug Rose in her last fight, so there is that. 30-27 too, which is, she got dominated for 15 minutes. So she's hoping for a nice win, a nice turnaround. As someone who needs a win, Brian Bam Bam Barberena taking on Alex the Great White Moreno. These two men are going to slug it out as a 5-5 fighter, but who is going to bring it? As far as Brian, sure, he's lost a lot of fights, but he will bring it. And he's going to be someone that will look to have an exciting fight. Wouldn't be surprised if it's, as far as, he's a great fight night guy to have. He's going to go in there and bring it, and it's going to be, they're talking about kind of developing a submission game. That's not going to be what he's about. He's going to look to bring it, push him up against the cage, and pound the fuck out of him. Alex Moreno, if he uses his jiu-jitsu, he will probably help him out a lot, but his kickboxing is kind of why we booked this fight. Him and Diego Lima had a pretty good fight from what I remember, as far as at the pay-per-view at UFC 247, which that was his first pay-per-view since his first ever fight in the UFC. It's kind of a long time coming between that. This is a great fight for both guys to kind of get back into the right direction. But I'm definitely hoping for Brian to pull it out here. It's Ahmed the Prince Aris taking on Davi the Tasmanian Devil Ramos, as Davy Ramos looking to beat a man that was thought to be a pretty big signing at one point, as far as when he beat David Tamor with a knee bar. Then he fought Damir Ismagulov and got destroyed. And of course, the Ismagulov fight, he's a heavy favorite, which was just the betting odds and the people at Vegas not respecting Damir Ismagulov, which was a terrible mistake. But for Ahmed Haris, now I think it kind of went the opposite way, because I think he can beat Davy Ramos here. Davy Ramos is tough though, very, very tough. His last fight was Islam Makhachev, as far as taking on Islam in your last fight. Didn't get finished, though, so he did have that going for him. But, of course, his first fight in the save, he had a whole year off. This is perfect for him to be able to come in here, get his 5th victory, and this should be a fun fight as far as on the prelim. Omar 187, Zahn taking on Joaquin Buckley as both guys making their debuts. Of course, Buckley has a crazy knockout in real life, but here in the save, of course, much different. He is in, of course, that was, a COVID kind of era fight over, and, that was a Fight Island fight. And it was incredible to see that. It's coming in off a loss, which is very, very weird, but obviously we know kind of what Buckley can do, and we signed him, I think, before this fight had taken place, so it's kind of like, if he loses, he loses. We're still going to bring him in, obviously. But for Omar, he is 10-2 as well. He is coming off of some wins, though, so at least he's got that going for him. Boy, 50-45 and 49-46s over his last opponent. We'll see how he does. We'll see. The Palestine native is looking to get a big win here. But Buckley's a tough dude. And speaking of a tough guy, fucking Almeida taking on Dustin Johnson. I mean, this is a tough fight. Almeida's a heavy favorite. No surprise. This is a can-crushing moment for him, because we know how great he can be. For Dustin Johnson, he is a big heavyweight, though. 6'5". A Canadian heavyweight. Boy, got an eye poke in a Contender Series fight, and that was it for him. As far as that fight there, but for him, this is going to be a tough fight. He's got the weight advantage, so maybe he can keep, as far as Almeida at bay, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And for Macy against Lucy Bullet, as far as Macy is the favorite, she has significant weight advantage in this fight. As far as Lucy hasn't won in a couple of years, she's 2-4 in the UFC. She loses here, it'd be done. As far as for her career here in the UFC, we'll see how the Czech native can do. Against Macy, who's fought some tough girls along the way, as far as 5-2, 3-2 in the UFC. On a 2-fight losing streak, though. So we'll see if she can right that wrong as far as that leg kick loss to Leah Letzen, which was a tough way to go. First fight in 2021. Hopefully it's a banger. Mark Goddard's referee, cage side judges. Yeah, Macy significantly bigger than Lucy is. Here we go. The standing trade blows neither can come together, though, as Macy with a right hook leaves herself open for the counter. It's a left jab and a big right hand that just misses. So, Lucy comes forward on the attack. Counter jab from Macy. Here's fails to find Omar jab and sketches over the right hook. Two left hands in exchange. Doesn't triple up on it with a triple punch combination, though. There's Lucy and Macy now with a right cross that is countered with a jab and a good right hand. And now Lucy with a left jab that misses, scores with the right hook, though. Jab from Macy again at the right cross. Two counter left hands from Macy now. It's a left jab, but Macy avoids the big right. Two counter left hands from Macy again. Jab lands. Macy avoids the big right. So both of them are just kind of jabbing for the most part. There's some body shots now from Macy there off the counter, though. One for the head kick. That is after she parried away a head kick of her own. Boy, that could have been bad. Oh, what a way to go as far as the end out the round with head kicks. As Macy is up on the round, which is no surprise. I definitely would have felt that way as well. She landed more strikes, but it's close. Maybe Lucy can steal round two. There's a right cross up to the left jab. Great one, too. There's a 1-2 from Macy now. Both girls are starting to light it up here in the second, as I say that. Now, both of them are swinging and missing. Slipping past the right hook and counters with a quick left hook of her own. Does Lucy now. Lucy's now in the pocket. There's a leg kick. Of course, we know Macy has had trouble with leg kicks in the past. Two left hands off the counter from Macy. There's a straight right hand from Lucy now. Two jabs with a miss. Left hand, but her big right hand follows up that misses. Jab misses. Right cross lands hard. Now, as far as the counter left doesn't connect. Low kick to the legs here from Lucy again. Lucy, I think, has won this round. She's doing a really, really good job. Doesn't connect on the leg kick that time. Can't get past the good guard of Lucy as the two punches absorb. But Macy went for the takedown, not getting it, but she's going to get her against the cage. And yeah, I mean, it's all squared away. Final round to decide it all. Left cross from Macy. Jab on the right cross from Lucy. Now she's cut her. It's exactly what you need. Maybe potentially we'll win the round off of damage with that. Let's two counter left hands from Macy now. Jab, but Macy avoids the big jab. Or the big right, rather. It's a jab from Macy in exchange. Fails on the combination with the body kick. Coming forward on the attack is Lucy now. But the counter left hand from Macy. Fools her with a feint 1-2, but Macy was equal to it. Fantastic right cross from Lucy after the jab fails to land. Counter left hand from Macy. And there's a beautiful three-punch combination. Three of them. And then all she lands on nice straight right hand. So 4 punches now. They're going to check on the cut. Not a fight ender, so we're back underway. As there's a jab, finds a right cross is blocked. There's a nailing the right cross is Lucy. Great round for her. She definitely won it. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely 10-9 as well. Should be 29-28 Lucy. And we got a split. 29-28 for both girls. And Macy gets a 29-28 decision. What highway robbery that was for poor Lucy. I mean, it should be 9-5, and it should be 5-3 for Macy. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. But looking at the entire fight metrics, you could, if you was to grade it off of that, it would be 25-24 on strikes with Lucy having the one. But that third round, I don't know how you don't. I mean, I get it. They were tied on strikes, so it should have been a lot closer, but it definitely wasn't. She cut her. She did damage. She would have won that round. I just... Unreal. Unreal. So, yeah, Lucy, unfortunately, is out of a job now. We might send her at least down to Invictus, so at least she can still get something going for her, but that's just a tough way to go about it. As she thanks everyone connected to Fortis MMA for having there for the fight, our sponsors for supporting her financially as well. She gives a show respect to Lucy as well. It's Almeida taking on Dustin Johnson. As far as the 6'5", 250 heavyweight, looking to use that weight to some type of stopping of Jailton Almeida, but I don't think it's going to happen. Steve Mazzagatti are our free cage side judges. Here we go. Opening bell, they touch gloves. They come together. Body kick there from Dustin. And now a glancing blow with a high kick from Almeida. 1-2 from Almeida. But Dustin's doing a good job of hanging in there. Well, there's a massive head kick, though. After two kind of left hands. Knocked him down. Dustin's in trouble. And he's put away. A head kick from Jailton Almeida. I didn't see that one coming. I thought it was going to be a bit of a dominant performance from wrestling, but that was impressive. Great striking from Jailton Almeida as he celebrates starting his UFC career with a win. We'll see if Joaquin Buckley can follow in his footsteps, or we'll see Omar Hussein as far as getting the win here. He is a heavy underdog at plus 460, and plus he doesn't have a fight camp either compared to Buckley. As Goddard's are free cage side judges. Here we go. They touch gloves. Neither fighter really deal any damage. There's some strikes. Right hand exchange from Hussein, as now Buckley with a 4-6 strikes, and now Hussein with a counter jab. Jab lands, doesn't connect with the right to the body of those Buckley. Buckley coming forward, counter jab. Left hand and a straight right hand. Switching to the traditional stance, as now Omar is, as far as now Buckley's trying to pressure him forward. Omar with a counter left. Doesn't trouble his opponent with low kicks now. That's Buckley. Pair of jabs exchanged. Two left hands, but Omar evades the big right. Minute left in the round. Nice jab to right hand does Buckley. And a nice 1-2. 1-2 again. Didn't out the round potentially on them. They're going to still go. And Omar with a kick to the leg. And there's a 1-2 from Buckley. He definitely won the round. It was a good round, though. Yeah, 10-9 for sure. There's a crunching right hook from Buckley now. So there's a counter right, doesn't connect though. Left jab, big right's avoided though. Counter jab from Omar again. Buckley's kind of swinging and missing for the most part. Now he's caused a feint though. 1-2 doesn't hit either blow though. Counter jabs from Omar, and the feint again is leaving Omar in a big predicament. Luckily he has not been really caught too badly with some strikes, but he's been getting fucked up now for the most part. His jab is wide, gets into the right hook. Two right hands on the counter now. There is a right cross that lands hard. Right hand exchange, crunching right hook from Buckley. Again, back into the pocket. Jab lands, misses the big right hand now. Back into the pocket. Wide of the mark on the head kick. That probably would have been it if he would have landed it. He's getting tired. He's still landing some shots, though. There's a right cross that lands hard. Counter right doesn't connect though. Straight right that lands hard. Just about lands the head kick again. Glancing blow with a high kick this time from Omar. But yeah, another great round. Great round for Buckley again. And Omar's going to need a finish in the worst of ways. Again with the head kick attempt this time though from Omar. There's a 4-punch combination from Buckley. Left hand and off the counter. The left hook off the counter. That's awesome. As quickly throws 3 punches. 2 of them land but misses the head kick again. Can't land that head kick. Right jab to good left hand from Omar. Omar with the right cross. He's starting to land. Oh, there's a wicked right uppercut after the jab. Knocked him down. Looking to finish the fight here, potentially. Omar's looking to hang on, though. Just trying to fire away. Trying to just I mean, Buckley at this point, he's secured the round. He's secured the fight. It should be a 30-27. He's just going to hang on, but I would love for him to potentially finish it, obviously, but I don't think he's going to. Oh, they're going to stand him up. Maybe he'll catch him with something. Oh, here comes a counter from Buckley. Quick left jab and a body kick that misses, though. And Buckley will be your winner with a 30-27. Great stuff, though. Great stuff from Buckley. Yeah, obviously. Would have been nice to see such a heavy favorite like that get a finish, but, he dropped him in the third. Couldn't finish him, though. As he praises his team at Finney's Hit Squad for helping him, sponsors and his fans came out supporting as well. And Buckley was very happy to cap his UFC debut with a win. Ahmed Faris, as far as the Prince, as far as Ahmed taking on Davi Ramos. We'll see how the Tasmanian Devil does. Mark Otto's our free cage side judges. Here we can fight begins. They touch gloves. Ramos with the takedown. Doesn't get it, though. Got him against the cage. Trips him down. Got his back. Oh, boy. Prevents the body triangle, though, so that's a good call. Well, now he's got the hooks in, and that's all she wrote. Well, Ahmed, tough break. tough break. Great stuff from Dave Ramos. So he came in with a game plan and secured that victory very, very flawlessly as he helps, as far as his praises team at Top Brother MMA. Always very responsive to those fans who came out to support him. And he wants John Magadesi as far as that. That would be an interesting fight to see as far as he's got some charisma about him. It's a good little post-fight interview. I was with a call-out as well. Brian Bam Bam Barberena taking on Alex the Great Moreno. As far as Alex is, 17-6-1. He is the underdog, though. Both guys have a fight camp. I saw Fortis and may get one win tonight. We'll see if we'll get another one. Mark out it again, our referee, and here we go as far as the cage side judges. And Brian with a couple of jabs. 1-2 from Alex as far as coming in fast with 3 quick punches, rather. One of them lands, but the big right hand misses. Kind of left doesn't connect. 1-2 doesn't land from Alex as far as a pair of jabs in the exchange from Brian. Jab and catches him with the right hook to the body. Jab in the exchange. There's a jab and a right hand, though, from Alex Moreno as far as he is looking really, really good so far. Tries the jab, misses as Brian. Jab lands from Moreno. Brian avoids the big right. Oh, he's looking for the takedown. He's got it. It's a single leg. How about that? Looking for the armbar from the bottom. Oh, and he caught him. That's what you get, Brian, for going for a takedown. You got to stay up. Just so much more talented is Alex Moreno on his back, and gets the armbar from the bottom, and another first-round finish on this prelim. He wants the Kung Fu, or the King of Kung Fu, as far as Muslim Salikov, as far as that is a crazy fight to call out, but what an upset, though. What nice little win for him. Fortis MMA's looking good tonight, as far as their second victory. On to the main card, Tatiana Suarez, Luana Pinheiro. Plus 350 is not too crazy, but we'll see. See how she can do. Corinthians MMA, Hard Knocks 365 for the fight camps. Both girls only have one loss in their career. Fight begins. They touch gloves. Went for the leg kick. This Pinheiro here. And Suarez with the clinch. Got her against the cage. Russell's back, though. So Suarez looking for the takedown. She's got the single leg. She's trying to pass. It's a scramble. Oh, she's turned it up. So she's facing Pinheiro. And Pinheiro might finish her here. Some big right hands. Not doing too much damage now. She rocks her now. Holy shit. Somehow, Tatiana Suarez gets back to her feet, and she gets caught with a right hook. Jesus Christ. Suarez is able to clinch up with her again. She got her against the cage. And Pinheiro's just stuck against the cage here. I mean, Suarez, I thought she was going to go for maybe a trip, but she held on, did Tatiana Suarez, but Pinheiro wins the round. A little shell-shocked here. I mean, Luana Pinheiro is looking really, really good. Has stopped all of her takedowns. Hasn't really been caught against the cage. She's now taking some foot stomps here. Short left uppercut now. Some more dirty boxing. Referee separates them, and we're back standing here as far as Suarez avoids the big right. Jab, it's only hits over the right cross. Suarez has been in big trouble so far. Oh, she got rocked. Suarez is in trouble. Big right hook. She drops her. Pinheiro might finish her here. Oh my God, somehow is surviving. It's Tatiana Suarez. I don't know how she's doing it. But this has been Pinheiro's round again. Yeah, listen, if she just doesn't get caught, we'll have an upset on the first fight on the main card, as we'll to see a shot in from Suarez. Pinheiro stops it though, and simply taking the initiative. She's now kind of bobbing her way in and out, trying to get some grappling going. Is Suarez, but she's gonna need a finish, and Pinheiro is lighting her up. Beautiful straight right here. The boxing has been incredible, and she rocks her again. Oh, with the big right hook knocks her out for good. Luana Pinheiro is a problem. My God, here I was questioning as far as setting this fight up, because this was a big test for Luana Pinheiro, and she answers the call in a huge way. Knocks out a fucking potential top 5 strawweight. She might potentially now be a top 5 strawweight in Luana Pinheiro. That is crazy. What a performance. Yeah, that was awesome. It's Corinthians MMA getting a big win tonight as far as, and she calls, as far as name checks all of her sponsors, and, as far as gives, thanks to all of her friends, family, and supporters. It's Oscar fighting for a job, taking on Brad Tavares. With a good record, grappler versus striker's got a good chance. Got a very, very good chance, but Brad Tavares is a tough veteran, and a guy who has just so much fight experience compared to what Oscar has. It's going to be a tough one. Cage side judges, here we go. They touch gloves. Tavares moves in on Oscar now. Very attentive. Pokes out a couple of jabs. Crunching right hook now. Oscar with a takedown attempt, not getting him, though. Drives him against the cage. The takedowns haven't really worked out too much tonight, but here's a suplex. Still stops it, does Tavares. He's still stuck against the cage, looking for another suplex. Oh, he grabs the cage, and that's going to be a warning. Which, that's so dumb. If you're going to grab the cage, grabs it again, I'm about to say that you got to take a point. So now, points taken away, which it really didn't matter, because he was going to lose the round anyways, probably the way that was going. And now he caught the body kick, so now Oscar looking for another takedown, and somehow Tavares stays away from getting caught. A big right hand. Oscar again, trying to get him against the cage. And went for a takedown, couldn't get him. Maybe the suplex finally tosses him down. He's got his back. Looking for the choke. Gets caught in the guillotine, but he's not tapping. It must have stepped from, as far as getting caught. Maybe he thought he was going to survive. Either way, Oscar probably gassed himself trying to get a finish. How is Tavares with a 10-9 when he got a fucking point taken away? That makes no sense. Jesus Christ. As far as... Yeah, Tavares, there's no way he won the round. He fucking got a point taken away. At the most, it's 9-9 if you thought he won the round. But Oscar won that round. It's 10-9 Oscar. What in the world? As slipping past the right hook attempt and attacks with a quick left jab and a spin kick that fails to land. Left hand now. Misses the attempted head kick now. Left jab. Beautiful straight right. Vicious body kick from Tavares. Oh, and he knocked him out with it. Who needs the, as far as the point deduction, when you finish him like that with a body kick? Brad Tavares now, back-to-back knockouts. Great performance from Brad Tavares, though, and that is his 19th victory. He might look for his 20th here in the year 2021. As he wants Darren Till. Oh, boy. What a fight call-out. He wants a top-level middleweight in Darren Till. We'll see what happens. Yeah, thanks all of his sponsors for backing him as well, and also thanks all of his family, friends, supporters. No thanks to Jackson Link MMA, I guess. It's Brett Johns and Peter Yan. Boy, oh boy. Judo versus boxer. Peter Yan is the underdog, but this is going to be a very, very good fight. Very, very good fight here. Steve Moscow here is our free cage side judges here. We got they touch gloves. Johns very tentatively pokes out a quick jab. There's a nice jab from Yan there, but avoids the big right. Brett Johns now with a takedown. He's got him. Looking for the leg lock. Oh, and he got him. Oh, my God. What a heel hook. Peter Yan was in deep shit there. My God. 51 seconds. Quickest heel hook you'll see. I mean, that is tough for Peter Yan. For Brett Johns, my God. He's climbing up the bantamweight rankings with that one. Yeah, that was impressive. Shore MMA, thanks ever connected to them and helping him prepare for the fight, and sponsors for supporting him financially as well. Man, what a heel hook. As our co-main event, Dominic Reyes and Corey Anderson. 13-6, 12-2, minus 210 for Dominic Reyes. Of course, Jackson Wink MMA. We already saw a win tonight for one of their guys. We'll see if we get another one here. Mazzagatti is our referee again. Cage side judges. Round one begins. One for the high kick to the side of the head Oh, and he rocked him with it. We might see another quick finish tonight. Oh my god, another big head kick in 20-some seconds. 32 seconds to be exact. Lord have mercy. These guys are kicking off the new year with a bang. Crazy. What a win for Dominic Reyes as a highlight reel knockout for sure. A lot of natural charisma about Dominic Reyes. I'm glad he's back in the win column as well. As for Corey Anderson, yeah, 13-7. It's probably time to send him down to somewhere else as far as he can go to Bellator like he did in real life. As Joseph Benavidez taking on Malcolm X Gordon. Crazy card here already. And we got a pretty big main event. Both guys in the minuses. Team Alpha Male, Grants MMA. Of course, wrestler is Joseph Benavidez. Malcolm X Gordon has some power for sure in his hands and can finish this one in an instant. I don't know if we're going to see any quick more finishes like we've had in the past couple of fights. But you never know. Round 1 begins. Right jab doesn't hit the leg kick. Those Benavidez now coming in with another leg kick. Doesn't hit it though, but he lands 5 punches though out of a flurry. Gordon trying to go for a takedown. Lands the right hand in the head kick. Still trying to go for the takedown. And Benavidez is just lighting him up. Nice jab and a nice left hand. One for the head kick again. Doesn't land it though. Jab, no power behind the ball. What is Malcolm Gordon doing? Just trying to piece him up, and it's not working. Another head kick. Gordon now went for the takedown. Not happening again, but he's got him against the cage at least. Maybe takes him down this time. Got him down. The turtled up Benavidez might be in some trouble. A few quick punches now landing in. Pounds away some more. This time it's a scramble here, as far as we'll see how Benavidez does. Oh, they're back standing. There's 4 quick punches, and lands the left cross. Benavidez's striking has been much better than I anticipated with against Malcolm Gordon. He's looking good. He's looking good. A great start. Gordon, he got a takedown at least, but it's not going to be enough the way he's getting caught with these punches here. And he catches them with a crunching left hook here after the jab. Good hand speed again from Benavidez. 2 of the flurry, 3 punches land. Gordon avoids the leg kick though. And there's a massive left head kick. Knocks him down. Looking to finish the fight here in the second. And he's got mount this time. It's a scramble though. And Gordon's able to push him against the cage. We're back down with this time a takedown from Malcolm Gordon. The scramble again from Benavidez. And Benavidez says back taken. Oh boy, he's got the hooks in. Malcolm Gordon might get a finish here. I was trying to improve his chances by breaking the hooks in. It's too tight though. Somehow doesn't get the rear naked choke despite having both hooks in. This time he gets them though. What a win from Malcolm Gordon. I thought he was in deep shit there. I thought he was going to win with his striking, but he wins with his grappling. Gets the rear naked choke finish in the second. What a performance from Malcolm Gordon now. He makes it 17-5 and 28-7 for Joseph Benavidez. As he gives thanks to all of his teams, at Grant's, his teammates at Grant's MMA. His favorite sponsors and all of his fans who came out to support him as well. Man, what a fight. What a comeback. What a card. That was actually really, really impressive. A 75 is a bit too low in my opinion. A commercial rating of 52 is kind of crazy. That is wild. But yeah, I thought that was a lot better than a 75. Good to great fights all the way around. Finishes and all the fights on the main card. Hell, there was only 2 decisions the whole card. Crazy. Still crazy that Macy won that fight. She fucking absolutely robbed poor Lucy there. Poor old boy. They were not happy about that. We lost about 7% in Africa, 4 in Mexico. Jesus Christ. Crazy. Or no, we actually lost, that's not Africa. This is Africa. It's, Russia, Canada, everywhere. Oceania. Brutal. Brutal. But what a card, though. Malcolm Gordon definitely going to get a performance bonus. Brett's getting one. I'm trying to think. Yeah, definitely Luana. And, I actually will give Lucy one because I thought she should have won tonight. But my God, what a card. What a card. Definitely a lot better than what they gave credit for. And we made over $1 million. So not a bad night. Not a bad way to kick off the show. Not a bad way to kick off the show. Not a bad way to kick off the year 2021 with a hell of a fight night card. And now we go to our first Fight Island card of the year 2021. And it's been a while since we've been to the old Fight Island shows, but we should have some absolute bangers set up and squared away for our next episode, as we will catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.